Good afternoon, everybody. It's a great pleasure for me to be here today, and thank you for staying in the room rather than running out for lunch. I'd like to give you all some food for thought today before you go for lunch, so please stay tuned if you can. As you can tell from my accent, I probably know a lot more about golf and perhaps rugby, perhaps not, and obviously whiskey, but today I'm going to talk about cash management. My name is Gordon McKie. I'm Group CEO of Cashmaster. I run the business worldwide, headquartered in Scotland, obviously. More recently, having begun the business here in Dubai and the Middle East. We provide intelligent cash management solutions to a whole raft of prominent global retailers, many of which you will be very familiar with. Let's start with a headline, shall we? 1 in 4 everyday transactions in UAE is still paid in cash. And I'm sure many of you will find that incredulous, if not untrue. But the source of the quote was none other than Visa. So even today, here in Dubai, 1 in 4 transactions involves the payment or the use of cash as a payment currency. Despite the popularity, obviously, of digital payment, debit cards, credit cards, you name it, there's lots of options out there, bank transfer, but cash has remained very resilient and cash remains very popular. Not unexpectedly, digital is surging ahead. As many of you will know, there is government initiatives here. The Dubai Cashless Strategy 2024 has powered ahead, and the popularity of all sorts of payment in terms of digital, in-store transactions being used, contactless, you name it. And the targets that were set have been exceeded. 90% was the target, 92% from what I understand, lots of statistics there, confirms the success of it. But as I said earlier, despite that, cash remains very popular, and 1 in 4 payments involve the handing over of cash. Cash persists throughout the retail economy, but notably in sectors such as grocery, convenience stores, fast food, coffee shops, lots of other stores, pharmacy and so on. Small ticket purchases, typically less than, say, 100 dirham, frequently involve the use of cash. That's further characterized by the type of individuals who are using cash. They may not have access to digital payment, or they may choose not to use it for budgeting reasons or transparency reasons. So it's remained very resilient, and it's used in those sectors all around the world. Some of our biggest clients I'll highlight in a moment, but they involve key brands, as I say, like Starbucks and many, many others. Digital payment, however, carries many advantages, and we're fully aligned with digital payment as a policy. It's simple, it's easy to use, it's auditable, it's transparent. It serves government objectives, so you know that's just the way that life is at this point in time. And to many, cash is seen as maybe dirty. In other words, it's clumsy, it's manual, it's going to take up management time. There's no visibility, there's no traceability, there's no reconciliation, and that fits the bill of what I would call commodity cash counting devices. Cashmaster does not provide per se cash counting devices. That's just one of the objectives of our technology. We're much more aligned with things like data, reconciliation, and contributing to improved efficiency and enhanced decision making. It's our job, and what we do is we are aligning our technology with those same benefits that are derived from the use of digital payments. Not unexpectedly, high-value bills or notes are not as popular as they were, but low-value ones are. Of that, there was no doubt when I arrived in the airport on Sunday evening. I was nearly tripped over all the foreign currency desks that were there. And as I say, there's lots of small traders and others who are very happy to receive cash. One such name, if you're familiar, is the recently opened low-cost grocery store by Majid Al Futtaim named Sava, and I was quite thrilled to go there earlier this week and watch them taking a whole lot of cash from their customer base and counting that cash on a Cashmaster device. So it's great for us to have that recognition this early in our journey here in Dubai. But as I say, the fewer the notes that exist, obviously the more scrutiny that perhaps is put around them in terms of reconciliation and ensuring that there is no shortage relative to what should be there in the cash drawer when compared, for example, to the point of sale. What we're essentially driving at here is a hybrid payment structure within the retail sector where cash can sit very comfortably alongside digital payment, and that we can bring about those same benefits that you will get from digital payment. And by that I mean traceability, auditability, reconciliation, hands-on information that can be used to go into areas like employee shrink, if you know what that means. It could be a simple error, but it might not be, and other areas of if you wish, cash management within the business. Cashmaster, as I say, is new to the Middle East, but please bear in mind Cashmaster has been around 40 years. Born in Scotland, UK. Our biggest markets are America, Canada. We're also in Asia, Hong Kong, Singapore, Taiwan, Macau, Malaysia, Australia, New Zealand, all around Europe, UK obviously, and now here we are in the Middle East, and it's great to be here. We see great opportunities in this territory. Our products our solutions will enable hands-on information to be made available, not just counting the coin and the bill. That's a byproduct of what we do, but it's by no means the only benefit that can be derived. It can offer advantages in things like fast checkout. One of our customers in Hong Kong is Park and Shop. For those of you that are familiar with them, it's a big grocery store. And one of their objectives was to reduce queuing time at end of shift when they had to close down drawers to count them to enable the incoming shift to start afresh with a new float. We were able to put in place a product and a solution to enable that to be done in less than a minute. And consequently, the cash drawer was able to reopen very, very quickly. I touched earlier on global presence. That's really important in our world because we follow those brands all the way around the world. So Lululemon, for example, is a big customer of Cashmaster in America, but they also use our technology in Hong Kong, Singapore, Taiwan, Malaysia, Australia, New Zealand. Oh, I do apologize. I was told don't exceed your time. So that's one of our, we've got many customers like that. Starbucks is another one, and basically they align themselves with Cashmaster and they ask us to go with them wherever they're expanding globally. But we have many others, and you'll recognize them on this slide. McDonald's, we're a global supplier to McDonald's. We work with Welcome in Hong Kong. Michael Kors, you'd be surprised, handbags and such like are frequently paid for in cash. Cashmaster, this slide really repeats a lot of what I said, and hopefully the soft copy will be available for you. I would just draw your attention to the right-hand side here as I look. It's called consultative approach. And basically, we don't just open the box and sell it. We do process mapping, we do consultancy, and we align our software with your individual retail management processes. The device itself is very easy to use. It's touchscreen enabled, fast, anti-glare, capacitive technology, loaded with multi-currency, multi-language, and very, very useful and loved all around the world. The benefits, just nearing the end now, obviously not just fast counting, but the availability of data, being able to dive into that data and look for trends, to look for loss prevention and such like. There's no end of benefit that can be derived from the device. It's highly customizable. And let's not forget staff morale and staff productivity. No more counting all these individual small bills. And to finish, cash really isn't going anywhere, but it has to be managed more efficiently perhaps than it has been. Digital undoubtedly is going to grow, but retailers can do something about that. They can manage cash just as efficiently as they manage digital payment processes. and ultimately they get the hybrid payment structure. I'd like to thank you for listening. I apologize for going over my time. I know it's lunchtime for many of you. If you would like to see the technology in action, please step outside. We're co-sharing a booth with Partner Tech, and we'd love to show you what it can do. Seeing is believing. Thank you very much for listening, and enjoy today's event.